And staying on with the developments coming in from Johannesburg, where the BRICS summit has been underway. It's a big moment for BRICS, a group of 5 nations that has pledged to champion the global south. The bloc has been talking about admitting 6 new members. The expansion of the BRICS summit has been the crucial headline coming in as well. The group of rising world powers now more than doubling the ranks. The move will also help BRICS becoming a geopolitical rival to G7. Now, the announcement of the expansion came right after India backed that expansion bid. But is it all good news for India is the immediate question. Some new members that India has lobbied for and some India has been wary of at the same time. So what does the BRICS expansion really mean for New Delhi? Let's look into these aspects. First things first, on Thursday, the leaders of the current members, the states of BRICS, the member states of BRICS decided to add 6 new members to the bloc. Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Now, the newcomers will become full-fledged members from January next year. The club currently consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, remember. And since its formation, BRICS has expanded only once before. In 2010, South Africa was added to the bloc. And with a large number of countries clamoring to join BRICS, India was wary about the dynamics of an expanded bloc, and New Delhi indicated that it will prefer its strategic partners to join the club. And on Wednesday, India fully backed the expansion. India backed a consensus-based decision, so it does not become yet another platform for China to bolster its image as a leader. And reports say India took the lead in forging consensus within the bloc as well as selection of the new members. So where does India really stand vis-a-vis the 6 new members? Let's get to that now, one by one. Let's start off with the UAE. It's one of the 2 countries whose membership into BRICS was backed by India after the Abu Dhabi Crown Prince visited India as well as the chief guest for India's Republic Day celebrations. In 2017, India and the UAE have boosted ties. The 2 sides are comprehensive strategic partners. The UAE is, in fact, one of India's most robust partners in the region. In 2021, India participated in a quadrilateral meeting alongside the UAE, and it has since evolved into the I2U2 grouping. India's political differences with the UAE, just like with Saudi Arabia, are over the role of China, but that has not been a hindrance when it comes to the relationship. Let's now talk about Egypt in particular. India also backed Egypt's membership. Relations with Cairo have rekindled recently. The choice was easy as well because India and Egypt signed a strategic partnership earlier this year itself. Ethiopia. Now, India has always looked at Ethiopia as one of the key African countries, especially as the seat of the African Union. New Delhi has also supported Ethiopia's position at the United Nations, especially on issues from the Tigray crisis to the controversy over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. And in return, Ethiopia has also been consistent in the support for India in international platforms. Now, the country has been appreciative of the fact that India has never been hostile to their interests. With India advocating for greater African Union representation in the G20 as well as the United Nations, Ethiopia, you see, was the perfect choice. But the country has developed strong economic ties with China in recent decades. That's something important to remember here. And Saudi Arabia has been diversifying its diplomatic ties away from the West. Riyadh, in fact, has joined the SCO as a dialogue partner. Its move to apply for BRICS was in line with this trajectory. Joining BRICS will also give Riyadh access to emerging markets. Because Saudi Arabia's ties with China have also been developing recently, although we do not know yet if it will become a full-blown alliance, it does come at a time when India has made silent moves to make deep strategic inroads in the region. And talking about Iran in particular now, cultural and historical ties aside, Iran is an important country for India. The president has spoken with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the expansion over the phone as well ahead of the BRICS summit. Iran's addition to the bloc might upset the West. Even India's relationship with Iran has been through its own share of ups and downs, especially after the US-India nuclear deal and America's sanctions on Tehran. India had to cut its crude purchases from Iran due to these sanctions. Nevertheless, Iran remained a highly crucial partner for India. It has to do with its proximity to Central Asia. Remember, Iran also borders Afghanistan and Pakistan. And India and Iran have the potential to forge a common policy of engagement with Afghanistan. And Iran is also important as it provides an alternate route of connectivity to Afghanistan and Central Asian republics in the absence of permission for India to use the land route through Pakistan. And lastly, Argentina. India has had a strategic partnership with Argentina since 2019. And for Argentina, access to new development bank, also called BRICS Bank, is particularly attractive. You see, the country is struggling with depleted foreign reserves, high inflation, debt repayments to the IMF. India-Argentina relations are cordial and encompass political, economic, scientific, technological cooperation, including Antarctic research and cultural cooperation. So there you have it. As India backs the BRICS expansion, a shared vision of inclusive growth and equitable global governance is reinforced. Prime Minister Modi's proposals also promising the potential for collaboration, one that can harness India's technological prowess and foster a forward-looking BRICS organization. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.